a lot of people who know the president say that he knows where everyone's smallanyana skeletons are, and he won't hesitate to use that. He knows where the bodies are buried, and sources said that at the end of the meeting he warned NEC members not to push him too far or else. Is this what he was referring to?
I don't know. Who knows? But we know that the president was in charge of ANC intelligence for a very, very long time. That's always a great benefit for any ruling person, because of course they do know the secrets. But even if he hadn't been, of course, people keep files, you know, and it's one of the questions we need to certainly ask, is to what extent the president can release certain things, or not him himself, but through his camp, can release certain explosive things on the other side in the next few months to come in order to keep the power balance on his side. And I won't be surprised if we start seeing some of that thing. It's not like only the one side has a file, you know, both sides would have information on each other. The question is just how bad can it be? And the problem with that kind of thing is also, of course, that it doesn't necessarily have to be true. Sometimes you just need to put the rumors out there, and that can be destructive enough, especially if you put it fairly close to the ANC National Conference at the end of the year. So, I mean, clearly he was upset. Clearly he was angry, which is interesting because he doesn't usually show anger. And I think that makes him even more dangerous. You know, that and the fact that he actually reportedly said, be careful, shows that he is in fighting spirits. I don't think it's a sign that he feels pressure necessarily. I think it's him saying, I'm very much still in power, I am the big lion, and don't mess with me.
Then we're heading into the ANC's policy conference in June, and then into the elective conference in December, which doesn't really leave any time for the ANC structures to launch another kind of attack from within on the president. Should we assume that we will have him here around until the end of the year at least, and what happens after that?
So my view is definitely that unless there is some major scandal, but you know, it will have to be something fairly spectacular, because we have seen so many scandals, and you know, he doesn't have the name Teflon president for nothing. You know, it's very hard to see what that could be. He's survived sexual scandals, he's survived corruption scandals, he's survived just about everything up till now. Even if the charges against him are brought back, that will take time. So I think unless there is something completely catastrophic that comes out for him, I think we are heading for the end of the year, and I think it's the normal processes that will take place. I don't believe that we'll see any progress through a vote of no confidence. I think that is even less likely now after this weekend, where they were warned to stick with the party line, the ANC MPs. And so I think we are definitely heading for December, unless, as I say, something catastrophic happens. Hopefully then, it seems that there were some indications over the weekend that his intention is to resign as the president of the country by the end of the year. If that happens, you know, that if he is indeed saying that now, that is at least some progress, but we need to see if that continues. People also tend to change their minds quite a bit in politics when it comes to power. And then it depends on which camp wins, of course, you know, what happens then. Hopefully, you know, in my view, hopefully it is the anti-Zuma camp that comes in, and that whoever it is, hopefully Cyril Ramaphosa, that he is able to then pull the organization together again, because we also don't want a completely unstable scenario, which is not good for the country either.